1,000 years before, I would have feared to take my eyes from it, as if my attention were all that stood between the mountains and destruction. The red tent would have seemed an omen of the fall of kings or kingdoms. I would listen in the darkness for a messenger of bad news. Think the shadows on the surface were the places where the blood simmered in its distress, and were meant for me, for us. I would keep vigil until the morning hours for fear of not waking again once asleep. I would light a fire and feed the fire all it wanted. When the dogs growled at each other beyond the fire, I would not think that they were playing, but turning into their wilder selves. Surely any woman who had a child then would feel it destined for darkness. The way the logs crackled and snapped would seem like the voices of war. Everything that came before would seem to have fulfilled a prophecy. And all the next day I would see signs in the restlessness of the horses twitching their skin, the color of autumn light and paleness of its shadows, the erratic flight of city birds, and a sound far away like a shot. Even the grass seems different on a day like that, standing in sharp relief against the sun, every blade up. The hours would move on restlessly, and in the weariness of my diligence, I would start to forget to keep watch. Later, when twilight began to fall again, I would remember the night before, how, when it seemed the earth trembled as it split into pieces, my neighbors had howled into the sky, then laughed, and how I thought for certain then that God had finally done with men.